one with n and one with the last term. So these are the like 3 formulas we have in this chapter. Understood? Somehow,
ma'am.
yeah, somehow we have to go around these 3 formula only. Now first part, a is 5, d is equal to 3, and then an is already given, that is 50. Now you have to find n you have to find, and sn you have to find. Understood? So once you find your
Yeah.
n, then sn you will find. So whenever you want to find n, so you require the information about an, like in the previous question, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So you start with the an formula here. So an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Now everything you know. So 50 is equal to a is 5 plus n minus 1 and d is 3, right? So 50 minus of 5 is equal to n minus 1 into 3, right? So 45 is equal to n minus 1 into 3, and then 45 divided by 3 is equal to n minus 1. That becomes 1 and 15, so 5. And then 15 plus 1 is equal to n. So basically n is equal to 16, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, so this formula basically can give you n. Now n you have found, now find Sn. So Sn will be, now because you don't know L, so use this formula, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So n you know, d you know, a you know, now you can find it, right? So
Yes,
n is
ma'am.
how much? 16. So basically S16 you will find. So 16 divided by 2 into, and now please do it, I'm leaving. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
fine Martin, now you can complete it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now come to second part. Now let's see what is given. So A is 7 and then A13 is given, right? 35. And you have to find D here, and then S13 you have to find, right? So this time D is not given, but A13 is given. Fine, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So A13 means your N is equal to 13, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we start from here, like A, first write An is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D, right? So A13 becomes is A plus 13 minus 1 into D, right? Right? Now
Yes, ma'am.
A13 you know, A you know, only D you have to find from here, right? So A13 is 35 is equal to A is 7 plus 13 minus 1 is 12 into D. So you can find D from here. 35 minus of 7, that becomes 28 is equal to 12 of D, right? And
Yeah.
so D becomes 28 divided by 12. That becomes, so if you divide by 2, so 2 into 1, and 14 divided by 6, that becomes 7 divided by 3. So 7 by 3 is your D, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you find S13. So S13 is again n by, sorry, first write Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So S13 becomes 13 divided by 2 into 2 into a, you know, that is 7 plus, now 13 minus 1 and into d, which is 7 by 3. Now it's simple calculation. 13 divided by 2, 2 into 7 is 14, and plus, so this is 12 into 7 by 3, correct? So 13 divided by 2 into, now 14 plus, so basically this cancels out, 3 into 4 is 12, right? And then 4 into 7 is, 7 into 4 is how much? 28. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that is gone. So 13 divided by 2. Now you've added. So 8 plus 4 is 12, and then 3, 4, 42 I'm getting. So it is 13 into 21, and then you can multiply. How much is 13 into 21? 1 into 3, 1 into 1, then 2 into 3 is 6.
273.
Yeah, so 273 should be the answer. See, this chapter is actually not tough. Only 3 formula are there in the whole chapter that you can remember, I think, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And rest is all calculations. I mean, you have to deal with calculations carefully. Okay, next part now. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's see the third part. Now A12 is given, which is 37, right? And D is given, which is 3. You have to find A and you have to find S12, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically now this is given. So you start with the AN formula, right? AN is A plus N minus 1 into D, right? Now A12 is given. So my A12 becomes A plus 12 minus 1 into D. So that I can write 37 is equal to A plus now 11 into D is also given, that is 3. So this will give me A from here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 37 is equal to A plus 33. So 37 minus 33 is A, that is 4, right? So 4 is equal to A, or A is equal to 4. So I have got my A. Simple. And then
Yeah.
S12 you have to find. So S12, like Sn is N by 2, then 2A plus N minus 1 into D. So S12 becomes 12 by 2, 2A plus 12 minus 1 into D, right? Now put A and D. So 6 into 2 into 4 plus, then it is 11 into 3. Now this is 6 into, then 2, 4, 8 and plus 33. So that is 6 into how much? 8 and 3 is 11 and 41. And then 6 into 1, 6. 6 into 4 is 24. 246. Yes, Martin, have you done?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question, fourth part. Now A3 is given. A3 is 15, right? And S10 is given, that is 125. You have to find D and you have to find A10, right? Okay. So you start with these formula. First of all, A3 is given, so that we will start with the AN formula. Now again, AN is, A plus N minus 1 into D. So A3 becomes A plus 3 minus 1 into D, right? Now A3 is given, and okay, A is also not given, D is also not given, right? Only A3 is given. So 15 is equal to A plus 2 into D, all right? Now see, A is also not given in the question and D is also not given. So basically this is an equation you have got. You cannot do anything from here. Mark it 1, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you cannot solve it. You don't know A, you don't know D. Two variables are there, so you need two equations to solve them. Understood? Okay. So we come to the second given condition. Now S10 is given. So you start with the Sn formula, right? So Sn is n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So S10 becomes 10 by 2 into 2a plus, then 10 minus 1 into d, right? Now S10 is already given, that is 125 is equal to, so this has become 5 into 2a plus, this is 9 into d, right? Now you can bring this 5 in the denominator. So 125 divided by 5, how much? 5 into 2 is 10, then 25. So 25 is equal to 2a plus 9d, right? Again, like this is an equation. You don't know a, you don't know d, mark it 2. So basically two given conditions have given me two equations, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So now we can solve the two equations. This you know, right? Equation 1 and equation 2, you can easily solve it. Linear
Yeah.
equation in two variables.
Yeah.
So you can see if I multiply equation 1 by 2, so I'll get 2a, right? So that I can
Yeah, ma'am.
subtract and a will be gone. So
Yeah.
multiplying 1, equation 1 by 2. So you multiply the whole equations. 15 into 2 is 30 is equal to 2a plus 2 into 2, 4d. All right. This is your third equation now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you can just subtract one from the other, third from 2 or 2 from 3, whichever you want. Okay. So I'm just subtracting third from second. Okay. Now subtracting 3 from 2. Okay. So that means 25, and you can directly do subtraction, or you can just write it like the way you write, right? So you write the two equations. So 25 is equal to 2a plus 9d, and then you write here 30 is equal to 2a plus 4d. Now because you are subtracting third, so you make it negative, like change the signs, right? And then do it. So 25 minus 30 is minus of 5. 2a minus 2a is gone, right? And then like 0, and then plus 9d and minus of 4d. So that means plus 5d. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so minus 5 is equal to 5d. So your d becomes how much? Minus 5 divided by 5. So d is equal to minus 1. Right?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you can put this value of d in any of the equation, 1, 2, 3, whichever you want. So I'm putting in 1, right?
Yeah.
Putting d is equal to minus 1 in equation 1. So 15 is equal to a plus 2 into minus 1. So 15 is equal to a and plus minus minus of 2. Then 15 plus 2, that is 17 is equal to a, right? So d I know, a I know. correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Now what you have to find? See in the question.
Yes, A10.
Yeah, so D we have got, right?
Yes,
Now A10 is remaining. So that means this is the formula which is already written. So A10 is equal to A plus 10 minus 1 into D, right? So you put the value of A and D now. So A is 17 plus 9 into minus 1. That is 17 minus of 9. That is how much? Hmm. Yeah, how much is 17 minus 9? 8, right?
6.
6? No,
8.
8. 8. See, 8 plus 8 is 16. Okay. See, 17 minus 10 is 7, right? So
Yeah,
increase
Yes,
one
ma'am.
more, 8. Because you are not subtracting 10, you are subtracting 9. So I have got A10 also. So you, both of you, you can see like only two formula are there, but still it can be asked in so many ways, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in some of the questions, I mean, you may end up like this, getting two equations. So ultimately you have to use then linear equation in two variable methods you have already learned to solve them, and then you will be able to do it further.
Then,
Yes, Martin, you have done
yeah,
right. Then fifth part. Now, so now I'll not solve it full, right? I'll give you hints and then you will complete the calculations. So S9 is given, that is 75, and you have to find what? You have to find A and then you have to find A9. Got it?
yes,
Okay. So D is already given. So ultimately you are not going to get linear equations here. Okay. In questions where A is also not known and D is also not known. So in that kind of questions, you will get equations. Understood, Martin?
yeah,
Yeah. And if something like, as you can see, D is given, so that means you will not get linear equations in this question. So let's start with this thing which is given, right? So that means Sn formula. So write Sn formula, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So S9 is equal to 9 by 2 and 2a plus 9 minus 1 into, now d is given, that is 5. So S9, that is 75, is equal to 9 by 2 into 2a plus 8 into 5 is 40, right? You have to find a. So you do cross multiplication. So 2 into 75 and divided by 9 is equal to 2a plus 40, right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now 75, is it divisible by 9? No, I think, right?
No,
No. Um, so what will I do? I can do one thing here. Can I take, like, from the right hand side, can I take 2 common and then bring it in the denominator? 2 2 into a plus 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 2 into 75 divided by 9, and then this 2 will come here. So this will be a plus 20. So this 2 basically gone. Now only 75 by 9 I got. 75 by 9 and then minus of 20 is equal to a, right? Now you take LCM. So 9 and then 75 minus 20 into 9, right? Is equal to a. Okay. So 75 minus 2 into 9 is 18. So 180 divided by 9 is equal to a, right? Okay, how much is 180 minus 75? So see, 180 minus 80 is 100 and then plus 5. So 105. So minus 105 divided by 9 is equal to a. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Now is it divisible by 9? No, I don't think, right?
No, ma'am. No.
So I think this will be your a. I can divide it by 3 at least, right? Just to bring it to the simplest form. So if I divide it by 3, so I get minus of, now 3 into 3 is 9, then 15. So 5 and then 3. So this is my a, minus 35 by 3. Right, now you have got a. Now you can find a9. So I'm not going to find it. You will find, okay?
Okay.
So if you see the formula, like a n is, sorry, a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So a9 becomes a plus 9 minus 1 into d. Now a you already know, d you already know, you can find a9, correct?
Yeah.
Put a and d and find a9. So you have to be like good at calculations for this chapter. Just do everything very carefully. I just couldn't check your test papers. Yeah, I was not well. So I'll do it. Okay, next.
1 minute.
Okay.
Answer will be in fraction only, right?
Yeah, I think because a is in fraction, so you might get answer in fraction. Yeah. So answer you can check in your NCRT. If it is matching, then it's okay. It is right. Okay.
600 by 3.
You have to check your NCRT, like in the end answers are given. Let me just check. This is fifth part, right? So 85 by 3 it is showing,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
85
ma'am.
by 3 should be the answer. So anyway, these are calculations. You will do it yourself. Sixth part now. Sixth part says now something is given. So A is given 2. So again, no linear equations in this question. D is 8, right? And then Sn is 90. You have to find N, you have to find An. right? So whatever is given, you start from there. So you can see sum is given, so you start with the sum formula. Okay, so Sn is n by 2. Oh, okay, like, but you don't know n, right? How will you put n here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what I end up with. So this is 2a plus n minus 1 into d, right? So a and d at least I can put here. So will it help me? Let's see. So n by 2, and then yeah, 2 into 2, right? Plus n minus 1 into d is 8. So I'll get n by 2 into 4 plus n minus 1 into 8, right? So if you just try to solve it a little bit. Okay, now Sn is actually given, that is 90, which I can put here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 90 is equal to n by 2, then 4 plus, so you open the bracket, so 8n and minus of 8, right? So 90 is equal to n by 2, 4, 4 minus 8 will give you minus of 4, right? So 8n minus of 4, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now 90 is equal to, so this becomes, if you open the bracket now, so 8n is square divided by 2 and minus 4 into like n by 2, right? So ultimately you have got a quadratic equation this time, not a linear one, right? So 90 is equal to, so that becomes 4n square and minus 2n, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take that 90 also that side. So 0 is equal to 4n square minus of 2n and then minus of 90. Understood?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So you can see all are multiples of 2. I can take a 2 common first of all. So 0 is equal to 2n square minus of n minus of 45. So, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So because nothing else is given, right? A and D I have already utilized, right? And only this much was given. So from this information, this much I have got, correct? Nothing else is given, so I cannot do anything
Yeah.
here. Now I have to solve this quadratic equation. So you can see, you can get a linear equation also, you can get a quadratic equation also. So all the previous chapters you are going to use in this chapter, right? Now let us solve it. So how you solve it? So 2 into 45 is how much? 90. So you take prime factors of 90. 2 into again 45, right? Then you use 5 into 9, and then 3 into 3, 3 into 1. These are the prime factors. Now you have to get like minus of 1 here in the middle term, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So which combinations you can take? You can take 10 and 9, right?
Oh, yeah.
10 and 9 you can take. So this will become 0 is equal to 2n square. So I'll take minus of 10n and plus of 9n, right? Because I want to get minus of n. Right, Sarah? Any problem here?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, because I want minus of n. So 10n plus 9n will give you minus of n. So 0 is equal to, now from first two terms, I can take 2n common. So n minus of 5 plus, again, I can take 9 common and n minus of 5. So 0 is equal to, now take n minus 5 common. So 2n plus 9. So my linear equation has reduced into, sorry, my quadratic equation has reduced into two linear factors. So I'm going to equate both the factors to 0. So n minus of 5 is equal to 0 and 2n plus 9 is equal to 0, right? So this gives you n is equal to 5 and this gives you n is equal to minus of 9 divided by 2. So 2, like 2n you are getting here. Now please check answer, like an is 1 or 2. How many an are given in the nth term should be 1 only, right? whichever n you put, I think nth term should remain same, isn't it? No, actually, there's one issue here. Like minus 9 by 2 is what? It is a minus of 4.5, right? There
Yeah.
is no 4.5th term, right? N is actually the number of term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either it is fourth term or either it is fifth term. There is no term between fourth term and fifth term. Understood? So basically, this value will be rejected. Fine, Martin? Yeah, because number of term cannot be in fraction. So basically, your n is equal to 5. Now you know n, right? You know a, which is given in the question. You know d. You can find an. So I'm not going to find it. You will find an. An means ultimately a5 you have to find, right? Because n is 5. So a5 you have to find now. Right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Hmm.
when will we use that one? Sn is equals to 2l a plus l.
Hmm.
That
So,
one.
so far L is not given in any of the problem, right? So I have not used it, but if it will be given, then I'm going to use it. Now you can see the 10th part, L is given, right? So there I
Yeah.
will have to use that formula.
Okay.
And also given that there are total 9 terms. So ultimately N is also given in that part, right?
Yeah.
So 10th part is actually easy, like S total terms how much? 9. So basically S9 is 9 by 2 and A plus L, right? Now in this problem, L is also given. Ultimately, you have to find A. You can do it, put the value of L and find A from here. Everything is given, right?
Yeah.
This is given, this L is given. Find A. Yeah, find A from here. So 10th part also you will do yourself. Fine, Martin?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so like your class is over for today. One more class I will need for this chapter. Okay, I'll try to discuss your test results also in the next class, and then I'll try to finish this chapter as well. Now the remaining parts, please give it a try, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you will be able to do now. Please try yourself. Okay, then both of you can leave now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Yes, Hamna, can you hear me? Harsha, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the last class, we have finished